Today I'm going to be making my very first video recorded meal. I'm going to be making homemade herb chicken nuggets. And I have all of my ingredients set out. Everything I need. The bowl. Everything's clean. I have my recipe right there for me. So it's all ready, just in case I get lost. I first have to point out my apron. My grandma made this, so I thought it'd be very nice to have it on there because I'm sure she'll be watching this. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to wash my hands because it's always good to make sure everything is clean and sanitary. So, wash them really good. Alright, so then you always want to make sure you turn your oven on and preheat it, because I can't tell you how many times I forget to turn the oven on until it's all ready and then we're waiting forever for it to cook. So you want to preheat your oven to 425. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, that's preheating. So first you want to make the batter that you are going to put your chicken in to make sure that the crust and the breading sticks. So what you want to do is 2 eggs. In this recipe they say to leave the yolk because it helps make it more sticky so it sticks to the chicken. Okay, so you start with 2 eggs and a tablespoon of water. Fill that up, put it in there. Then a teaspoon of fresh parsley. So I have my parsley and my knife to chop it. So a teaspoon is not very much. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop fresh instead of a seasoned parsley and make sure that it's nice and small and will blend right in. You don't always necessarily get the right amount. So what I like to do, especially because I'm not a professional and I haven't really cooked that much except for very easy meals. So I have my spoons here. Teaspoon, I'm going to put it in there. Need a little bit more. So this will help me measure. Once you get the hang of it and you're cooking a lot more, it'll make it a lot easier to be able to just guess about how much a teaspoon is. So I'll chop it up nice. And to that. Okay, got my teaspoon. Adding it in there. I'm going to take a fork and whisk that up so it's all together. Really nice. Alright. So now that I have that done, I'm going to cut my chicken into 1-inch cubes to add to that. Alright, so when you work with chicken, you don't want to put it somewhere where things are going to touch again. So now that I'm done using my parsley, and there's a lot left, I'm going to put it into a separate bowl so I can put it back in the fridge so I can use it again at a later date. I have scissors when I cut my chicken. Now I'm making kind of a big batch because we have quite a few people here eating tonight. So I just took out 4 or 5 chicken breasts to cut up. So, and what I'm going to do first is trim the fat off the chicken. Just because you don't want that gross fat on there. Make it chewy for your chicken nuggets. Makes it go way faster than a knife. And these scissors, the only time I use them is usually to trim the fat off of my meat. I always make sure that immediately after I use them, they go directly into the sink, and I make sure that I wash them because you do not want raw chicken or raw any kind of meat touching anything else, especially surfaces, because then you really need to disinfect. Alright. Voila. So, what I'm going to do is cut them into strips first, and then I'm going to then cut them into cubes and put them directly into the batter. Now, since these are chicken nuggets, I know that the kids like to eat chicken nuggets usually as finger food, so I'm going to cut them a little bigger. It's hard to find recipes that are kid-friendly. So when you have a family, you want to always find recipes that are appealing to children. You want them to want to eat what you're cooking and give it a chance, because more than likely it's going to taste good and it's going to be good for them, so you know that you can be happy with them eating chicken nuggets. Especially using things like chicken, you always, putting these in the sink, always want to have it ready so it's de-thawed and everything out on the counter, so you're not touching everything, and just in case you forget to wash your hands and stuff, it's very messy. So right now I am mixing the chicken up into my egg batter with the water and parsley, fresh parsley I should say. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to wash my hands again. Notice using a scissors also makes it easier to keep one hand clean while you're cutting chicken and meat, because then you can easily put soap on without having to fumble around and use your forearm and whatever. Alright. All clean again. Chicken's sitting aside. Alright. Get that out of the way. So now what you want to do to add to make the seasoning, and this has chicken on it. Where does it go? Into the sink. So now I'm going to take a bag, and this, make sure you get a bag that has the zip on it instead of the press, because let me tell you, when you're mixing the chicken and shaking it around to get the batter all over it and it busts open, you got a mess. So I have the zip bag. I'm going to open it up really nice here on my counter so it's easy to put ingredients into. Okay, so now I'm going to combine the thyme seasoning, and if I'm saying that wrong, I do apologize, the crushed red pepper, basil, pepper, olive oil, the wheat germ, and breadcrumbs. Okay, and I'm going to just go ahead and start with the thyme. Now this is a brand new one, so I need to take the wrapper off. Oh, it's stuck in there. Usually have things like this ready. We're going to get a toothpick. Alright. Okay, so open that bad boy up, and I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of this. So, you know, I'm a newbie, so I did get the cheaper seasoning. Pretty sure it was only 99 cents. So you can make cooking affordable, obviously. If you are a pro or want to spend more money, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that into the spoon over the sink. No, that's not coming out very well because it's brand new. So we're going to do this. Just going to go ahead and pour it out. Teaspoon right into my bag. Then we have the crushed red pepper, and you only want a pinch of this because it's very hot. My family really likes red pepper. They're spicy people, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Put that into the bag. Then a half cup of dried breadcrumbs, and I got the matzo meal kind. And this is because low sodium, actually 0 sodium it says, all natural, fat free. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. half a cup. Not the easiest container to pour from, but doing it. Make sure you level it off because you never want more. You always want exactly enough. Pour that into my bag. Kind of smells funny, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, then half cup of wheat germ. This is the Bob's Red Mill All Natural Raw. And usually use scissors. I'm gonna use a knife because it's right there to open this up. Okay, half a cup of this too. So I'll go ahead and pour that over the top. And you know, not any of this stuff was super expensive or crazy. I have a family, so on a budget, of course. Alright. Now we're going to do a teaspoon of dried basil. I personally love basil. I'm not sure how anyone else feels, but alright. Pour that in there. Then a teaspoon of black pepper. Alright, got that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add the olive oil to this bag. Seems kind of funny, but I'm following the recipe. And you want a tablespoon of olive oil. So, got my olive oil. Extra virgin. Hopefully that doesn't make a difference. Tablespoon into the bag. Alright, so now that I have that all done, I'm gonna close it, shake it up, get all that mixed together. Alright, now it says to put the meat in. So what we're going to do, I got my fork here. Just going to go ahead and fork it all in there and then mix it up. While I'm forking this in here, I'm going to tell you a little something. With our meal tonight, I found a brand, and I would love to hear feedback if anyone knows about it, of crinkle cut fries. I think that's what I have. I'll have to look. But it's called the Alexa brand, and it's in the frozen food aisle. And I've gotten them at Walmart too, and they are claimed to be all natural. I will show you as soon as I'm done and mix all this up and put it in the oven. And they claim to be all natural French fries, which is very cool. And they're really not that expensive. Alright, got the chicken in there. And go ahead and zip that up. Hold on to that anyway. Make sure you're holding on to the zip. And then go ahead and shake it. You want to make sure that the batter is all over the chicken. Shake it up real good. It's coating very well. I'm impressed so far. And I just found this recipe off Google. I will also post the direct link and recipe to my blog. So you can check it out if you want to try it. Alright. Nicely coated. Very impressed. Here. Take a look. Very good. And again, I have never done this before. So, now, the oven is preheated. I'm going to spray my pans, and I can't believe it's not butter. I know, not all natural, but 0 calories. So, I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan. And usually people use non-stick cooking spray, which is definitely okay. I just have this in the house, and we didn't get cooking spray, so this is what I'm using. Okay, just one more little mix for fun. I'm going to go ahead and just dump it right onto my pan. And spread it make sure they don't touch too much, but it's not going to be a bummer if it does. They're just chicken nuggets. Alright. Easily pulled apart, I'm sure. We will find out though. Alright. Alright, now that I have them all spread out nicely, wash my hands again because I touched chicken. Only with my fingertips, so it wasn't too bad getting the salt. Alright. So, these go into the oven for 10 minutes. 10. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven. Set my timer for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you flip them. Now, waffle cut. I'm going to get my Alexa all-natural waffle cut fries. Open these babies up. And they're already seasoned, so that's good. And again, making the whole bag. So we've got quite a few people here. Alright, spreading those out. And there you have it. Put those in the oven and follow the directions on the back. Thanks, and I will be posting pictures of how it turns out after. Stay tuned.